Hi, good morning, everyone. My name is Maui Wabi. I'm currently a junior at Mira Mesa High School in San Diego, California, and I'm also the current president of Mira Mesa High School's Film Lamb Club, and I'll be one of your hosts for today.
Sorry. It's 7 a.m. But again, hi, magandang gabi to everyone tuning in from the Philippines. Once again, we are Voices of the Philam Youth, and we are here today and slash tonight to celebrate one of my co-moderators' belated birthday. Actually, he already had his birthday last week. Go ahead, mommy.
All right, so yeah, just to recap, it's going to be a pretty chill discussion, and we're going to be celebrating Tyler's birthday. And he's been the talk of the town lately since his pilgrimage series came out. Yeah.
And again, we would just like to, again, tell our audiences from both our Facebook page and our YouTube channel to please, if you have any questions for Tyler that you want him to answer, our group of team will be monitoring the chat section, and please send them away. And we also just like to mention for everyone tuning in from the Philippines to please stay safe. We've heard that there's a big storm, typhoon coming in, which actually, I think, from what I can remember, just landfalled a few days or a few hours ago. Again, we just like to wish everyone to take care of and stay safe. And we would actually like to welcome Tyler.
Hey everybody.
Hi, Tyler.
Hi.
All right. Well, since you're here now, we need to wish you happy birthday and sing you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right. So, count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Maligayang bati.
Maligayang bati.
Maligayang bati.
Very nice. Very beautiful. Thank you guys so much.
You're welcome. How old are you now, Tyler?
I just turned 18 last Monday, actually.
How did you celebrate?
With some family. I had some family coming in because some of them live across the country.
Yeah.
So they came over and we ate some good food and we just hung out for the weekend prior. So it was all good fun.
Great. Well, we're happy to have you here. Classes are, I think it's already mid-season, and spending time with us and with, of course, our Votify community. And I think we'll just go ahead and kind of like give you an overview of what's going to happen today/tonight. This, again, just like what Mavi said, is going to be a very pretty chill discussion, a very wholesome one, actually. We're just going to ask you some questions about, just to get to know who you are, some basic facts about yourself, your biography in a way, your childhood, and pretty much everything that had led you to the point right now. And that includes your pilgrimage series. And I think we'll just go ahead, Mavi, to ask our first question.
Yeah, definitely. All right. So growing up, we just want to talk about more about you. So what were some of your interests, like extracurriculars that you like sports, instruments, stuff like that?
Yeah. So man, elementary school was just a long time ago. But definitely back then, I used to be really into. I'm still really into, but I also played a lot of baseball, a lot of sports. I played basketball and baseball in elementary school. I think I started baseball when I was in first grade, and I played up to my freshman year in high school. That's when I just started to focus more on my schooling. But yeah, I think sports are a really big part of my life growing up. And so basketball also. What else? I don't really tell a lot of people this, but I used to dance when I was little. I used to do like a lot of stuff with my friends. We we used to be part of this talent show for 2 years in a row. I think we did.
Yeah.
Which was like a really fun part. I think one of my most memorable parts of my childhood and growing up. So that was always fun. My parents like to tease me about it for sure, because it was just super funny. But yeah, I think my childhood overall was just I loved it. Normal kid stuff, hanging out with some friends, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Definitely. Are you still a big sports fan today? I'm personally a big Padres fan. I don't know
Yeah.
what you think of the playoffs and everything.
I know, yeah. I was just super kind of sad because they didn't make it to the World Series this year. I mean, they haven't been in such a long time, so I was rooting for them all the way. But yeah, we're watching the World Series, keeping updated. But yeah. I still watch baseball. Baseball is definitely one of the biggest sports I watch. But for sure, for sure.
Yeah. Well, building on to kind of like your interests, your hobbies, let's just, I think, zoom into your family. What was it like growing up in the US in a Filipino American household?
Yeah. So for me, because I'm like a third gen Filipino American.
Mhm.
A lot of my friends, a lot of people I know are second gen, meaning that their family or their parents actually
Yeah.
were the ones who immigrated here first. But for me, it was my grandparents. So for me, I kind of had less of that traditional Filipino household. I mean, I was still raised with the values of becoming someone like which is just being great in school and stuff like that, and just getting good grades and being respectful and stuff like that. I mean, values were all still there, but in terms of being like a traditional Filipino household, it was not quite there. But I think for me, that didn't really stop me, just because that the place I live in San Diego is a very diverse community. I mean, Filipinos are just like, I think, almost the majority of the folks who live in our community. And I think I'm just really really happy, really glad that I was born into such a great place to live and just kind of diversify who as I'm growing up and just learning about different cultures, especially on my Filipino side. I got to learn a lot from my friends, my family also. And also we actually had we were fortunate enough to actually have the Filipino class in school. um, so I think that was also a big help in terms of just learning who, my culture, being Filipino and stuff like that.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. So tell us about your family, your parents, if you have any
Oh yeah,
siblings.
So I mean, I guess people figured it out already. I'm not full Filipino. I'm half Filipino, half white. My mom is the Filipino one in the family. Like I said, she was born in also the U.S. Um, so we have that. I also have one younger sister. Same thing, half Filipino, half white. But yeah, my actually, I don't know, I think I should talk about my grandparents a little bit. They are the ones who came here to America, and I mean, a lot of people from San Diego, I know, their Filipino family came here through means of like one of their relatives joining the Navy. So I know that's a common thing. Yeah, I know that's a common thing here for sure. So my grandpa actually was the one who joined the U.S. Navy and was fortunate enough to bring some of I think his wife, as well, my grandma, as well as the oldest son. So yeah, and then they just built off of there, and here we are now, fortunately. So
That yeah. Well, we'll just actually kind of like segue to us
yeah,
asking questions, because people from the chat are actually wishing you a belated happy birthday.
I see that. Thank you guys. Thank you,
And
Ryan.
yeah, Kuya Ryan, Glenn from our last event. Just
Oh,
wanted to
thank you.
pop up.
Thank you,
Paul
Kuya Paul.
Bernardo. Where's the other one? Ate Sarka.
Hello, Sai.
Stay safe, other side. We miss you. And I think Kuya Brian has a question. Oh, right
My
there.
birthday wish. Well, I mean, this year it's a big year for me. I'm probably pretty sure we're gonna touch bases on it later, but I mean, I
Yeah.
started college this year, so I'm just really hoping that my college is schooling is just working out. I just make sure to get my good grades and stuff like that, and try to get some opportunities in the career I want to be in. So right now I'm just hoping for that this year.
And also, Ate Marilee Banglo wants to greet
Thank you
you.
so
Happy
much. I
birthday.
appreciate it, Paul. Thank you so much.
Thank you all so much for the greetings. And again, we're going to monitor the chat section. So if you have any questions for Tyler, just please go ahead and send them away. And I think I'll go ahead and ask the next series of questions. So you pretty much touched upon growing up in a Filipino American household and some of your childhood hobbies. So now going into your kind of like your teens, your middle school / going to high school years. I mean, maybe what school did you go to, and what were some of the activities that maybe you started to join, or if you continued some of the activities that you were doing back when you were still a child.
Oh yeah, so I think the tail end of my elementary school career, I started band. So I started playing music. I was a trumpet player for the first like 3 years in my musical career, and then once I hit 7th grade, I switched to drums, and I've been playing drums ever since. So that's also one of the biggest things for me in terms of like hobbies. So I play the drums now. I love music. I love all that stuff. Yeah, so I'm a really big music person. I think that was like one of the things that I kind of switched over because I really developed my passion for that definitely through high school because I was a part of the marching band, and then we just listened to music all the time with friends and stuff like that. We talk about it. And yeah, I mean, middle school and high school was also a big part of transitioning to, I think just finding out who I was really, just because that being like an elementary school kid, middle school kid, you just still figuring it out. But like I think once I hit high school, I kind of like started to understand what I wanted to do. By the way, I did graduate from Mira Mesa High School. I know that Mau is also there too. So we know each other for a little bit. But yeah, I think high school definitely things has really changed, or middle school, high school things really changed for me. Definitely for the better, I think. Yeah, I started to find out who I really was, and all that kind of stuff. So,
All right.
Great.
hmm
So we know you're very involved in your Filipino community in San Diego. Were your first involvements in middle school, or were they in high school?
well, I mean, so in middle school, where Getting to Relive is has a great program in terms of the Filipino language. So, actually, our Filipino language classes start in middle school, and unfortunately, I did not take it in middle school just because I think I had my schedule just didn't allow it. So, but I did start up in middle school, in high school, and that's when I got interest into the Phil Am Club there. I think it was my sophomore year when I started that. So I started that, and I just wanted to be something like involved some way in the school. And I figured like a good way for that would just be going to something I'm already interested in, which is like being Filipino. So I thought it was like a good way to connect with a lot of my friends in that sense, and also do some community work that I wanted to do for college and stuff like that. But as I continued, it figured to be more something bigger than that. It turned, rather than just being like something on the side, it started becoming like a passion of mine. So I think being a part of the Filipino class, I was only part of it for 2 years, but after that I continued with the club and trying to be active, or I mean was active in that, and tried my best to help out wherever I could. And I think that was also one of my biggest highlights in high school as well, was just being a part of that club and being active.
Yeah.
So talk to us a little more about the Film Club. Like, what were your favorite memories,
Oh, for sure.
favorite events that you went to?
Yeah, so our film club, the film club Maui is a part of right now, is actually kind of like rediscovered, or like reissued in my sophomore year. So just because, I mean, before that it was kind of like dying down, and then we just wanted to revamp it our sophomore year. So we did that, and we did that in a way when we introduced something called Filipino Culture Night. It's actually it's really popular here in the States, because I know people are watching for the Philippines. It's when Philams kind of take a night where they kind of present their Filipino culture in ways of either like I know some schools do like kind of like a show. We do several kind of traditional performances, cultural performances to highlight and trying to teach others about our culture. And this the whole process is very eye opening, just because that you learn stuff you've never learned before.
Yeah.
Because usually we have a theme, and other Philams, part of the classes, get to learn about their particular theme and discover more about it. And I think it's very educational for people who are watching, and also for people who are part of it. And I just think the whole process of it was also a something that taught a lot for me, or it's had me. I learned a lot from it. Just because that I was event coordinator my first year when we first issued it, and so I was kind of helping out designing the whole thing and helping with just programming and stuff like that. And also I was MC too, so I did a lot of hosting and kind of like all that kind of stuff. So it was very busy, but I mean I think that it was also kind of very hectic. But I think it all worked out at the end, just because I think we came up with a really good performance, and just we've been continuing this tradition every single year since then. So I'm just really glad to see the community come together and just celebrate something so beautiful, which is our culture. So yeah.
Was there ever like not a turning point, but kind of like a pivoting experience that you said that you kind of like realized that this is my passion,
Oh.
that building community within the Filipino American community, something that you're going to kind of like continue and build on for the for I guess future years.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, because when I first started doing this thing, I was like, I kind of want to be involved, and I didn't imagine it to be that big in terms of just having a lot of support for it. So really, I think the night where I figured out like, yo, this is something that I kind of want to continue, and just because I can see, like, you could actually see the impact it had on people, was when we would host these events, host these culture nights, and people would, like, a lot of people would come up, like hundreds of people would go to our things. The stands would be
Yeah.
full, so we'd be like blown away by how much support and how much people want to see us, and then see this happening. I kind of like actually be here and learn about their culture and stuff like that, and just supporting everybody who was part of the show. That was like, I think that was probably the biggest point in which it kind of it motivated me to keep going and doing what we're doing, because I know a lot of people are benefiting from it. They're learning so much about their culture, about who they are. Just giving students the opportunity to like get involved in the school, just small things like that. I mean, we're just trying to have kids, have students to learn who they are, have students take a part of these leadership opportunities, but also at the same time teaching them about their Filipino culture, which I think is very, very, very good. It's something that I've tried to continue even after high school, which is trying to invoke this kind of this learning process that we also did in high school. So
Great.
mhm.
All right, cool. So we know you're a college student now. So what college do you go to? What do you major in?
Yeah, so right now I go to San Diego State University. Decided to stay here in San Diego. I'm actually right now majoring in mechanical engineering. So
And we all know that this is your first year, and that big changes had happened, unforeseen circumstances given the COVID-19 pandemic. So coming into your first year of college, what were some of the things that caught you by surprise? And of course, like one of the things that we didn't expect was this pandemic, but maybe
yeah.
in terms of your learning habits, the way that you not the way that you perceive your community, like was it something that, yes, I have to be here, I have to be in this space? Can you share us basically your virtual first semester experience?
My virtual first one, yeah. I think we just hit the halfway mark in our first semester here,
Yeah.
and I mean, honestly, it's not too bad. I mean, virtual learning. I know there's a lot of people struggle with it. I mean, sometimes that I do too. But I think it's not too bad, just because I think Argel could, you guys could definitely like voucher for this. Like, you could just wake up like 5 minutes before class and then be on time. or or even that, or just like being some of these classes are actually like kind of they put videos out there and you just watch them on your own time. So I mean, you can be in the middle of the day, you're not doing anything, and just watch, you get ahead on your classes by just watching a video or something like that. So I think it's easy in that aspect, like, quote unquote, making it on time to class. Which is really just logging onto Zoom or logging onto whatever platform you use and just listen to the lecture. But also just like, I mean, I think that being, because I mean, San Diego State for me is like about 20 minutes away, so I don't need to get up and drive and get ready,
Yeah.
to make it over there. So I think that's pretty easy too. But yeah, a lot of the stuff I'm kind of missing out on is a lot of, because I'm a mechanical engineer, and being kind of like a STEM major, which is like a math science major. I'm kind of missing like a lot of that hands-on experience, because I know for sure, because like engineers, we build stuff, we design stuff, and not having that kind of using your hands and stuff like that in person is kind of kind of like a struggle. And I feel like if this continues on, I might want to like try my best to do something I can build or something like that. But for sure, I think it's not too bad right now, but yeah, I'm hoping that I can still go back in person in later years or later semesters.
Definitely. It's just your first year. It's just basically your half of your first semester, and you still have, like, I guess 3.5 more years to
Yeah, long way to go.
yeah, to be involved. Take some in-person classes, because that kind of major really requires you to know pretty much whatever you need to know.
Hmm.
And it's not just full on virtual, because I think that would be so sad to miss that social experience.
Hmm.
But we're glad that you're holding up, that you've adjusted pretty much to the best of your extent and to the best of your abilities.
Hmm.
Go ahead, Robbie.
So, are you still involved with your Filipino community in SDSU?
Oh yeah, yeah. So I don't know if you guys are aware of that. A lot of the colleges also have these kind of fill-in clubs, but just on a bigger scale. I mean, they're called well, for San Diego State, it's called AB Samahan. And so basically, uh, what it is, it's just a kind of like extension of what we did in the classroom here at a high school. I mean, for sure. I mean, they throw on a lot of events. They also do like some kind of also do kind of like a PCN too, a Filipino Culture
Mhm.
Night. So they're just really involved with the community, and I mean, they also held these things called high school conferences, which I kind of went to in high school, and so I kind of got the feel of what they do over there. And now I'm actually a part of it, so I think that's really cool, just to see something happen over time. See yourself kind of join this organization you've always seen. So yeah, I'm a part of it now, and I'm glad to be there, doing the most I can to help out in that sense. But for sure.
And one of the pillars of being in a philam space
Hmm.
in college is this culture of having a kuya or an ate.
Yeah, yeah.
Pretty much, well, from what I from the school I attend to, we call it a PAM. Maybe
Hmm.
you can share us your experience, even though it's virtual. You can share us
Yeah.
your experience getting picked up and being an adding.
Yeah, for sure. So we have this kind of, I don't know if you guys are familiar with the big brother, big sister kind of thing. Is that like they basically look out for you kind of thing, and easy way to make some friends, some new older upperclassmen in the organization. And so I got picked up by two of, actually coincidentally, they're kind of also my friends. They also went to the similar area that I went to.
Mm.
So I was fortunate enough to know somebody who's already a part of it, and so I joined it, and or joined this program, and it's been all but great things, just meeting a lot of people, meeting some people I can rely on too, for sure. And yeah, yeah, it's been good fun ever since.
Great. So, we also have a few comments that came
Hmm.
in. So let's see. So,
Aw.
hi.
Hi, Kuya Ryan. Hope you're safe there. And thank you for the message. Thank you. Kuya Ryan's asking if you can speak in Tagalog.
um
That is
yeah, so
go.
Yeah. Okay, I'll go ahead and answer that one because I don't think I have my own excuses. But I like I said earlier, I mean, I never really grew up around also the language too, just being so distant from my Filipino. It's actually distant just from the Philippines in general. I was never, I mean, Filipino or Tagalog, which is never talked in, or used in my household, so I never really grew up with it. Right now, I'm trying to do my best to learn it, but it's just difficult just because I have like other things to go off of, or just to work on at the same time. But I mean, learning the language for me also is kind of hard, just because it's just one of the things that's holding me back at the moment. But I'm trying my best. I do know a few. I mean, I can make out a few words here and there. Kind of use context clues to understand what you're saying, but most of the time I have to sometimes ask for like a translation or something like that. So I'm not the best in terms of Tagalog, but I hoping to get there.
But Kuya Ryan, meron kaming pa-surprise mamaya, pag-game mamaya sa kanya. Kaya abangan mo yan. And to our next comment. Oh,
My
before
favorite
asking,
favorite Filipino food. That's a tough one. I mean, like it's all good. I mean, honestly, like when I went to the Philippines and we would have like these go to like these food places. I mean, I'd eat everything. But if I had to pick one, that's tough. I would have to say like sinigang probably, just because I don't really have it that much and that often.
mm,
So it's kind of like when every time someone has it, or someone it's there, I have to have it kind of thing. So definitely sinigang.
well, I'm a firm believer that you can never have one. You can never
Yeah,
have
for sure.
Filipino
Yeah,
food,
I know. It was either that or between it or a
right?
dough or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. So now that we've addressed pretty much walking down the memory lane with your community, how you grew up in your Filipino American household, we'll go ahead to our next segment of our program. Go ahead, Maui, take it away.
All right. So we know the Pilgrimage series just came out. So, like, how
Mhm.
did you get involved with Pilgrimage and even the Filipino school too?
Yeah, I want to thank for that. I think the biggest thanks I have to give was just to my Ginang Jackie, or Ginang Lapid. She kind of helped me network through all of that. I think just being involved with the film club here at school was also a big help in high school, for sure. Just because I it was kind of a weird coincidence, because the person who actually helped me get on this pilgrimage was actually there at one of our Filipino culture nights, which I was also hosting. And he asked me, "Hey, you want to go on this trip?" I'm like, "Of course." I didn't really think too much of it at the time, but I mean, as it progressed, we started talking about it more. I'm like, "Oh, this is actually a really thing, like a real thing." So I was like blown away. I was surprised. So yeah, I was just super excited to go on this trip. Um, so just being there, and like having that kind of the coincidence of just meeting someone who can take you on this trip. I was just like, okay, yeah, let's do it. So why not? I mean, it's something I kind of never expected to do in high school, but I did it. So
And oh yeah, I'll add this one. Yeah, and heading to the Philippines, what were some of the things that really got you hooked, got you excited about pretty much visiting the motherland?
uh well, I mean, just to give heads up to everyone who's watching. I never been to the Philippines before this trip. So I think just what am I just being excited for is just actually going there.
Mm.
um just be I mean, I was just so excited just to land and actually step on the ground, just be like, yo, now I can say I've been to the Philippines, which is super cool. Because I know a lot of my friends talked about it and I've never been, so I kind of felt left out. But actually being there, kind of putting my foot down and kind of like, oh shoot, man, I'm here. It was super cool. But yeah, I was just we had like the list of where we're gonna go. I was just really excited to go to Palawan, because I know it's just such a beautiful place. And yeah, I think that was one of the biggest reasons why I went. But also just connecting with the culture and the traditions, and the history was also a big part, or a big part of why I wanted to go and why I was like, so excited. And just to be in the Philippines, surrounded by all the culture and talking to the locals, stuff like that. for sure kind of what made me want to maybe excited before going on the trip.
Cool. All right.
Mhm.
So, talk to us about some of the people that you met on the trip. Did you know any of them prior to the trip, and how are you able to build a community with them?
Yeah, so basically, if you guys haven't watched the series, which you should, uh, it was me. So basically, who went on the trip, who's highlighted in the series is me and seven other we call them pilgrimage ambassadors. Basically, we are our ages at the time. We were ages 15 to I think 21, 22. And so we are like similar in age, so we got to really connect in that way. But yeah, so I knew one of them. I knew Lauren, who was in the series. I've only knew her just like as an acquaintance because she was just went to a neighboring school. But in terms of people that I knew, that was it. But throughout the trip, I think because we connected a lot, we're like basically best friends now. We always talk and text each other. But I think the reason why that is just because we went through so many different life changing events just in this 12-day period which we were on the trip for. We got to learn about so much about ourselves, about each other, and about our culture that this kind of thing that we all share stuck with us, and it's something that we won't let go, and something that we hold dearly to us. So I think that we connected in that sense, and we won't really kind of break that bond anytime soon.
It's true.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think our next question is, you kind of like prefaced about on it. So, how were you able to build a community with them? Given that you're from different backgrounds, different places, even if you're from the same region as in the San Diego area, like what were some of the things that you did just to get to know each other?
Mm-hmm.
You're in the motherland, pretty much. It's a foreign space. Most of you, I believe, haven't been there. So, what were some of the things you did that really got you connected with each other?
Yeah, so it's not highlighted in the trip, so it's kind of like some behind the scenes kind of stuff here. But a lot of us kind of we just went around and explored. Basically, we would I mean, it was off camera. We would just go walking around, different shops and different areas, and just talk and bond and go eat and stuff like that. There was actually one night, um, it was me, Lauren, and Jocelyn on the trip, and we were like, man, we're in the Philippines, and we got to. I mean, the most common food place to go in the Philippines is Jollibee. So we were like, man, we haven't gone to Jollibee yet, and so what we did was we took me and Lauren and Joss. We found Google Maps and we walked to the closest Jollibee. And I kid you not, I ordered every single thing off the menu. Not maybe not every single thing, but all the entrees and stuff like that. I ordered just because I was like, man, this. First of all, the portions are kind of small. I mean, compared to the U.S., let's be honest. But
Mhm.
yeah, I ordered the hamburger steak. I ordered the spaghetti. I ordered the chicken, all that kind of stuff, and I all ate it. we all ate it together. So yeah, so it's little stuff like that. Just being able to talk about our experiences and just explore just the Philippines, and in that sense, it's just I think it was what really brought us closer together.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. So the Philippines is filled with a lot of fun places, a lot of beautiful places. What were some of your favorite places that you visited and or even like events that you attended?
Yeah, I mean, like I said earlier, Palawan. Oh my gosh, Palawan is just it's breath. Like once you land there, and once you, like you're flying into Palawan, and you see it, look out the window. Holy, it is amazing. I mean, just look. It's like it's everywhere we went was just like scenic. There was no bad angles whatsoever. It was just it really captured, it really kind of like defined for me and for us like the beauty uh of the Philippines, and that part of the trip was just so memorable, and it was just unbelievable. But also, I think one of the most beautiful parts was also just talking to the people. I know we connected a lot with some elementary school kids. I think you see it in episode six, seven, somewhere there, maybe like the first half of it. But yeah, you can see I played some drums with the elementary school kids. Lauren got to talk to some kids too. So I think they going to the actual elementary school there, and seeing how they're taught and stuff like that. It was also pretty exciting, pretty memorable in that sense. Yeah, I mean, honestly, the whole trip was just mind blowing. But just those two areas are just something that I hold dear to my heart for sure.
Yeah. And, approaching the end of the pilgrimage series
Hmm.
program itself, what were your thoughts heading back to the US, regarding community, your kind of like reignited Filipino identity? Walk us
Hmm.
through kind of like your thought process that, like, dang, we have to go, like, we're
Oh
gonna go
yeah,
back at some point.
yeah.
Share with us that.
Yeah, so if you see the last three episodes, I believe episode 12, 13, and 14, we kind of get immersed into what would like the less fortunate part of the Philippines, people who live barely on like 500 pesos a day, which it was just I mean it was something that changed our perspectives for sure as we came back to the States. I mean, but we actually got the opportunity to actually help build some houses as well, and just seeing, I think one of the biggest draws, biggest things that made us go or say like I want to go back, was being able to actually help them and do something about it. I mean, we were able to help build some houses for them, and it was something that we kind of saw like the actual like direct impact of what we were doing and how much we were helping them, and we just kept on saying that we just wanted to go back and do it again and just keep on helping. And something I mean, we still continue that kind of thought process today. I mean, we can just, I mean, with the whole COVID thing happening, I think it's more important now than ever to help these people out. Just because, I mean, we had the privilege of living in America and living, in such a good way. I mean, these people just barely have anything, and I think it's very important for us to go in and just help and give back to what we can to those people who sacrifice so much. Um, and I mean that in that sense that we just want to go back again and just keep on helping.
Really. I
Hmm.
know with COVID, it's really hard to travel right now, but
Hmm.
after COVID, would you like to go back to the Philippines? And what are some of the
Oh,
places
of
that you would
course.
want to visit?
So yeah, we were so if COVID allows it, I mean, I think that definitely we going back is with the same group of people might be a reality. Who knows, but yeah, I would totally go back with my friends, who I went on the trip with, just sharing all our experiences again, and reliving those experiences and those moments. It would just be amazing. I mean, I would totally go in a heartbeat. But I would, in terms of like where I want to go, I would love to go visit where my family's from, which is Zimbalis. I know that there's a lot of like my relatives used to go back every year, so I want to go back as well and try to maybe see if any of my family members are still there and trying to connect with them, say hi. Just I think that'd be just really cool, really like more personal experience for sure. Just going to the Philippines.
Well, someone who came from the Philippines not long time ago, I would highly suggest going to Bohol,
Hmm.
and also visiting the nearby province of Cebu. It's really great, not only historic, but it's also kind of like, if you're a nature lover, much like Palawan, I know
Hmm.
you have to visit those two places.
Definitely.
Again, thank you, Tyler, for walking us down the memory lane again with your pilgrimage series. Even though it
Of
happened,
course.
um, again, I think last year, you were
Yeah.
able to recall some of the memories that you had and share with us, that pretty much some snippets of your life changing experience.
Yeah.
And part of that experience, actually, this series that you created, and we have the very great privilege of showing everyone the trailer for Pilgrimage again. Go ahead.
For everything else, I'd like to say, maligayang pagdating sa Pilipinas! I want to see it for myself because I've always heard these stories about people telling me how it's like.
I'm going on this trip because I feel I'll be able to see the Philippines in a new perspective.
I really want to be familiar with my culture and be proud of who I am.
I'm just very open to whatever is to come out of this trip.
12 years ago I came on this trip. It changed me forever. These are my people, and this is why I'm here.
Welcome back home.
Every single Filipino movie I've seen, it's like coming to life as I look around.
It's cool because we're getting to know more about our history.
Normally this is the kind of stuff that you just like hear in like stories.
Heritage, Filipino product.
This is not an opportunity you just take for granted.
We're like brothers and sisters, we're all family.
Honestly, it's such a humbling experience because you do see that they don't have a lot, but they still are happy, they still have fun.
And it makes me realize that we are privileged. What if I lived here? What if I was born here?
Like, this feels like I'm supposed to be free.
It was a beautiful exchange of cultures, in my opinion.
It was pretty cool to see how they live their lives.
Other islands, they don't have what the Philippines have.
This place is something straight out of a postcard.
Welcome to the Philippines.
We're helping communities of people who are less fortunate.
That's what Bainihan is. They're like there for each other. That's like the community aspect of it.
After this trip, like it just made me consider like a bigger plan about what I want to do when I come back.
We went and we did something that emotionally changed all of our lives together.
This trip was definitely one I'll never forget.
Yeah, so you guys have to know that The Pilgrimage actually is out right now and streaming right now on I Want TFC as well as thefilipinoschool.com. Super easy to sign up, completely free to watch. So make sure you guys watch it, make sure you guys share with everybody, and also follow us on at Pilgrimage Series for more updates and more things coming in the future for the Pilgrimage ambassadors. Also, right now, it's been showing lately on TFC and ABS-CBN, the actual channels on cable. If every Saturday they show a new show or a new episode of the show, and they will do that for the next couple Saturdays and throughout November as well. So go ahead and check it out for yourself if you do have ABS-CBN, and also if you are part of Mix and know about Mix Global and Mix TV, it's also showing there too. So go ahead and check it out for yourself. And again, follow the Pilgrimage Series on Instagram, as follow them also on Facebook for more updates. So thank you guys so much for that and enjoy the trailer. Just watching that trailer just brings back so many memories. Love that 2-minute video.
All right. Now we're going to be playing a game. So for the first section of the game, we're going to be doing like, so you're going to have sentences in Filipino, and then you're just going to say it. So, yeah.
Ooh. Man, okay. I'll try my best.
They're gonna be pretty manageable. We believe in your.
I mean, for your standards.
You can.
By your standards. I really hope the chat doesn't roast me on this or make fun of me.
Okay, we'll go ahead and show our first sentence.
All right. Let me try it. Sinusi ni Susan ang sisidlan ng sisu.
Perfect.
How's that really? Is it really?
It is. Oh, now someone's asking you to say it faster.
Say it faster?
It's a tongue twister.
It's a tongue twister. Well, see, I mean, it's a tongue twister saying it slow, so. Okay, I'll try it. Let's see what I can do. Sinusi ni Susan ang sisidlan ng sisu. That's the fastest I can go, honestly.
How about Mommy? Can you try it?
I'm probably even worse than Tyler.
What? No way.
Susan ang sisidlan ng sisu.
Yeah.
That's so much better. That's so much cleaner. That's not even bad.
Y'all both did great. So let's ask the second one. The second one.
All right. Let's see. Oh, this is harder than the first one. Okay. Ang mga ngiti mo ay tinutunaw ang aking puso.
Yeah. So do you know what it means based on context clues?
I don't. I see a couple words, but nothing I can put together into like a complete sentence to understand.
Well,
Do you want to?
It means your smile melts my heart.
Oh, of course it does. Of course, yes. Oh, okay.
And our third sentence.
This is the easy one. Mahal ko kayong lahat.
Yeah, you know this. You know this.
Yeah.
And this is the last one, courtesy of me. So I grew up in the Philippines, and there's a certain phase / portion of, I guess, every Gen Z's life that started to type using this kind of like, it's not unintelligible.
Is this real?
It is.
What?
So go ahead and try it.
Where do I begin? I don't even know. I can't even try it, dude.
Well, do you know how to say the second word?
The second word? No. What second word?
I don't even know where the second word begins.
Yeah, where is the second word?
It's the one that starts with the plus sign.
That's the second word?
Yeah, it is. It's 4 words in total.
Okay, I've never seen anything like this. Can you elaborate? I have no idea what this is.
So this is how do I say it? This is kind of like a phase called the Jejemon phase, where people started to type in this kind of like quote unquote unintelligible series of words. It's essentially your name. That's
what?
Tyler, TYL, and the letter 3, letter 3, the hell. Number 3 stands for letter E, and R, so it's Tyler.
Oh, I see it.
And the third word is your. Can you guess what it is? It starts with letter P, and it has some letter B in it. So. It's with Twitter, not Twitter. It's your IG handle. It's
is it really? I was thinking about it.
They complicate it, but quote unquote not really complicated. They just add some kind of like flair into it. So and the first one is actually how commonly I still use this. It stands for the word boss.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so the H you don't say it, so it's just BO, and then pretty much put in
super complicated
some letters that sounds like that letter. So you see the dollar sign, which is pretty much letter S, the C, Z, so it's Vox, Tyler, Pogi Boy, and the last one is actually Marupok. Most of the people in our chat knows it. So it's being kind of like soft.
I see.
Well,
I could never.
Now you know.
So cool.
Hopefully you can incorporate that in your everyday
life. Hopefully people start talking to me or talking about me in that way. I can be like, hey, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's good. Then I think we'll just go ahead and transition into our, again, a second portion of our game segment, which is just us testing your Philippine history and Philippine pop culture knowledge.
All right, I'll try my best.
And we have some special questions set up if you get them wrong too. So.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll see.
Okay, so go ahead, Maui. Ask the first question.
So for number 1, who killed Lapu Lapu?
Wasn't it Ferdinand Magellan? Or no, that's who Lapu Lapu killed, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, that's who Lapu Lapu killed. Who killed Lapu Lapu? Oh, shoot. right, all right, what's oh all right, I don't know. Who killed Lapu Lapu?
Well, there's this folk tale that he was killed by a fisherman, actually, but that
Oh.
kind of like debunked slash not proven to some extent. From us, we don't know. Some believe he died of age, of old age. But since you missed that first question, we're actually gonna ask our first special question. I think Mommy can actually ask that.
Right. So number one, not as juicy, but would you rather spend a vacation somewhere else? So like it can't be in California, but the Philippines or like anywhere
So
in
it
the
can't be.
country.
It can't be California.
You live in
or
California, so you have to give another.
Yeah,
so okay, understand. Okay. Shoot, if I had to pick somewhere else, I'd love to. I do have actually some friends in Canada that I really miss, and I would like to visit them. I was trying to visit them this year, but that just didn't happen just because COVID. And so I think Canada, definitely, I have to visit there sometime soon. But I think on the top of my list probably has to be. I'd love to go to Italy. I think Italy is I just love the area, and I'm really into cars, like so as you can see. So like Ferrari, Lamborghini kind of stuff, just being in there in that kind of area. I'd love to be there just to learn about that. But yeah.
Definitely, I totally relate to that.
Our next question is actually kind of like a reinforcement of your Filipino Tagalog language classes.
Oh yes.
So who worked with Cesar Chavez?
This is an easy question. I actually love this story just because I know that Cesar Chavez is kind of like the spokesperson of this movement. But people don't know is that Larry Itliong, first of all, he was also like a really big part of this whole movement, and I think he's not celebrated enough. So I think I'm really kind of like a proponent for that people kind of understand that he was also a big help to this movement.
Yeah, it's good.
Cool. All right, so moving on. So number 3, who was dubbed as the father of the Philippine Revolution?
Was this Jose Rizal? Is that right? No, is it close? Oh shoot.
Oh.
Isn't not.
You're from SDSU. That's your clue.
Oh, Andreas Bonifacio?
Period.
Oh, okay.
Good job.
Well, you kind of like missed.
I kind of got it. I'll take the L on that one. I'll take the loss. I'll take the loss on that one.
So I guess I'll ask the second personal question. It's going to be pretty wholesome. What's one childish thing that you still enjoy doing?
One childish thing I still enjoy doing? Shoot. I mean, honestly, I think my humor is very childish. I think I like to make a lot of like funny puns and stuff like that, especially when I'm talking to my friends. So I think that's I think just is very like basic joke. So I think that's pretty childish. Yeah, I just like to make him really cheesy and stuff like that. So in that sense, that I still do that.
Great.
All right. So number 5. So let's go with
number 4.
Sorry, number 4. I'm counting. Okay. So where did the first Filipinos arrive in the Americas?
Oh, they arrived near in Northern California, more north of San Diego, which would be near San Luis Obispo and Pismo Beach, up there, and I think also in Louisiana, if I'm not mistaken. Those are also like the 2 places that the Filipinos arrived first in America from the Philippines.
Okay.
Yeah, Morobe.
So kind of describe its geographical location in a way. So I'm guessing you can give that to you.
Yeah.
Think of that to you. Our next question. This is where does the Panagbenga Festival take place?
I would take a wild guess here.
Well, do you want a clue?
Okay. What's the clue? I'll hear the hint first.
I I don't know if she's still watching. This is where Ate Sai lives.
Oh shoot.
Do you want another hint?
You want another hint?
Sure, why not?
It's kind of like it's known as being more cold there, I guess.
More cold.
Yeah.
More cold?
When you mention cold in the Philippines, there's only pretty much 2 places you can think of.
But the places I went to are not cold. I mean, I only been to the Philippines one time, guys. Shoot. I don't know. I didn't know that there was actually places in the Philippines that are cold. Where is this? Where is this located?
Ate Sai would be mad.
Baguio.
It's Baguio City.
Oh, okay. I'll know for future reference. Sorry about this.
Okay. Okay, now heading to our third question. I think I'll let Maui ask this one.
Okay. So we're gonna start moving into like juicier questions. So do you believe in love at first sight, or even like second or third sight?
Well, I think that I don't believe in love at first sight. I think, first of all, I think it takes a lot of time to kind of establish a relationship, or just getting to know someone. First of all, I think it just takes some time just to talking with them and stuff like that. I think that there's much more than just seeing someone just be like bam, like whoa, like that. That's like the person I want to be with. No, I think there's a lot like a deeper connection. In terms of just finding out who they are and what they like, their personality and stuff like that. So I do not.
Yeah. Well, there's we have one comment here by Olivia D. She said that Forevermore was actually shot there.
Wow.
So if you haven't watched that, you should. Thank you, Olivia, for that. I think we'll go ahead and ask the next question. Go ahead, Maui.
All right. So what famous local and international delicacy can be found in Patero City?
What? What? Oh shoot! I have no idea. I've never been there.
Clues.
Yeah. What are these clues? Please. I mean, honestly, just start off with like clues.
I feel like it's too obvious if we give you. Okay, maybe like should I just give it to him?
How can we better frame the clue without giving it?
Wait, can I take a guess?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it balut?
Yeah.
Yeah, I figured. I mean, it's just the delicacy. The whole idea of the balut was, yeah.
Yeah, it's been popularized,
for sure.
Internationally. But yeah, you got that one right. The next question, I think I can ask this. What province in the Philippines is also known as the heart of the Philippine Islands?
The heart of the Philippine Islands?
This is a tough one.
I mean, the obvious answer would be Manila, but I mean, from your expression, I don't think that's right.
No. So it's, well, from a context clues, the heart, it's kind of like where the center of the Philippines is.
Mm-hmm.
And the answer is actually Marinduque.
Oh, really?
Province, yeah. So like the geography of the Philippines, it's Luzon, Visayas,
Yeah.
So Marinduque is somewhere in between that. You didn't get that one right. So Maui is gonna ask the next question.
Right. Okay, so we're getting more juicier here. So, what is your ideal partner?
Wow. Okay, so my ideal partner, it has to be someone who is hilarious, who is super funny, someone I can actually crack like my cheesy jokes and they'll like laugh. They have to be ambitious. They have to have goals for themselves and they have to be goal driven. I think so, just because I don't want someone who's just staying there and just not going anywhere. I mean, I want to help this person and support them to get them up there. I mean, that's the whole point of relationship, is to help each other out, support each other out. in my opinion. So I think someone who's actually like really goal driven, really ambitious, I think is really important. Also funny as well, because you got to have those kind of those breaks between just having fun and stuff like that. And also someone who's just really understanding and someone who's just just a great listener. All those qualities, I think I would really appreciate in an ideal partner.
Perfect. You saved that one. Okay. So I'll let Maui ask the second question from our list.
All right. So, who is the latest Filipina beauty queen to win the Miss Universe crown?
Shoot. Oh man, what's her name?
I am an avid fan of this.
I know you are. I think just because
I got noticed by her on Twitter. So
did you really?
Yeah, she just liked the tweet saying that is it too much to ask for? Just wanted to interview her.
And she liked it.
Like, okay, I like that one.
Is that a yes?
We don't know.
Oh, is it Catriona Gray or?
Yeah.
Is that her name?
Yeah.
Yeah. I just forgot. Man, I mean, my bad. That's on me. I know that she's like almost like a Philippine hero now. But
close, yeah. So you got that one right. I'll ask the second one. So this is kind of like pop culture-ish.
Okay.
I'm also a big fan of this person.
I'll try my best.
And so the question goes, who popularized the It Really Hurts challenge? So the person is an up and rising star. Let me go ahead and actually play that song for you.
Oh, is it a song?
Yep. Okay.
Shoot.
Hopefully I can get it to the. Oh, I hate ads. Oh, I'm not gonna teach Tyler to dance. I'm gonna let him discover that.
I might have heard the song before.
I mean, it's pretty much popular in Filipino TikTok, in a way. So if you've ever maybe reached some pages. No clue?
I can't say that I know. I mean, I think I haven't reached Philippine TikTok yet.
Well,
yeah.
Kuya Kokoy De Santos did this
really?
I think very recently, if I can remember, just last week. So the answer is actually Mimiya. So this person is pretty much an up and rising social media influencer, and this person just wants to become like, I guess, be goofy and kind of like reignite that Judgment phase. So that's why It Really Hurts is written like that, because it's actually kind of like a Judgment in a way. So that's how people write it. So you missed that question. I'll let Mavi ask the question.
All right. So we're going to give you a break. We'll move on from the juicier question.
All right.
All right. So what's your shoe size?
My shoe size?
Yeah.
I'm a size 11 shoe.
Size 11.
Nice.
Got it. And I think that is all the questions we have for you. So how was the feeling?
I'm kind of sweating over here. It's 7 a.m. It's kind of cold, but still, I'm kind of like. But it was good though. It was not too bad.
Yeah, you did pretty good. And now you know more. When you go back.
That is true.
Some of these kind of like facts. So now that we're approaching our end, quite close, we just want to invite to share a message to our viewers, to our fans. and hopefully say something in Filipino that you would like to share. Anything.
First of all, I just want to thank everyone for watching. And I just want to thank everyone for the overwhelming support for the Pilgrimage series. I mean, it's been like a year and a half in the process. We were supposed to actually originally drop it. I think there was big talk of dropping it 2016's October. So I mean, with everything that's happening with ABS-CBN and then also this COVID happening, I think it was just a blessing that it even dropped. Or it just came out. And so the fact that we actually have like a final product and it's actually out for people to see, I think it's amazing. And I'm just grateful for everyone who worked on it, the team at ABS-CBN, TFC, as well as the fellow Pilgrimage team here and based out of America. And I love them all. They're all really good friends of mine. But and for people who maybe haven't gone back to the Philippines, who are watching this from America, I mean it's one thing to call yourself a Filipino, and you kind of have that label on you, but it's another thing to actually understand what it means. And I think that going on this trip really helped me understand what it meant, because I just feel like that being Filipino is just more than a label. It's more than the stereotypes of eating good food, going to these parties. It's the community that we share, the hospitality that we welcome anybody and everybody with a warm plate of food. When they come into the house, like it's this idea of we all share this similarities. No matter where you are, as long as you're Filipino, we're family, kind of thing. So it is an overwhelming experience. I mean, there's some emotions I still can't describe. That's what the whole point of the series was. It's trying to highlight those feelings that we can't really express through words, but more visually. You can see how we felt. So I think that going to the Philippines and I mean even now, I know that traveling is kind of really not on the table right now, but actually like doing your research, if you're really passionate about learning more about who you are as a Filipino, learn about the history, learn about where you came from, maybe do some little research on your family, what province are they from, maybe plan a trip to go there and visit them, something like that. Just try to reconnect to who you are and develop this gratitude towards the people who actually sacrifice so much to have you come here to America, and just to give you a good life. But yeah, I mean, honestly, I think, again, I just really thank everyone for the support, just not for me, just for everyone else a part of the series. And it really is a team effort that they put together, just to bring this masterpiece, honestly, of a documentary. So I really appreciate everyone who's watched it so far. And yeah.
Right.
Great message. Thank you.
Thank you, Tyler.
So as we reach our kind of like tail end of the event, we're just going to have a very quick and literally quick segment. We're just going to ask you some common fast talk questions.
All right.
You're the host again. So I think we can start.
All right. So coffee or tea?
Coffee for sure.
Ice cream or cake?
Ice cream.
Flowers or candies?
Flowers or candies?
Or candies?
Candies.
Hiking or biking?
Hiking.
Kare-kare or adobo?
Adobo.
Short or long?
Long. I'm sorry?
Sneaker or tennis shoes?
Sneakers.
Baseball or basketball?
Baseball. Hands down.
Movies or TV shows?
Movies.
Favorite season?
Favorite season? Fall.
And lastly.
All right. What's your Filipino/Tagalog word?
Filipino/Tagalog word?
Yeah. Or like, what's your favorite Filipino word?
My grandma says this all the time. Well, I mean, I don't think it's a word, but I mean, you hear me say it all the time. You hear it on the Pilgrimage too. I saw somebody else up, and I learned that from my mom and my grandma.
The common expression, yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, it kind of like went over to me. So I kind of say it. I kind of say it all the time.
Well, those are the questions that we prepared. I told you they were just going to be pretty fun and chill. And oh, go ahead, Tyler.
I was told to say this phrase, mahal kita, to thank you, Mallory, for that one.
To everyone watching.
To everyone watching, yes. Thank you guys so much.
So that is it for our event. Again, we would just like to invite everyone to please watch the Pilgrimage series. Maybe Tyler can invite them. Go ahead, Tyler.
Yeah, so again, Pilgrimage series is streaming now and on cable as well on iWantTFC, as well as the FilipinoSchool.com if you're online. But if you're watching on TV, you can find it at Mixed TV as well as TFC channel or ABS-CBN channels. They will be showing on Saturdays and throughout now and throughout November. So make sure you guys tune in. And also, if you want to find out more about the series, follow at Pilgrimage Series. Follow me at Pokeboy_Ty, and also show some love to the other cast members. So thank you guys so much for your time and when watching the series.
All right. Thank you, Tyler. So that is it for today's very special post-birthday celebration for Tyler. We would just like to thank everyone who's tuned in from our Facebook page and to our YouTube channel. To everyone involved in the comment section, we really, really, really appreciate it. And again, we would just like to plug to please follow us on our Facebook page. It's Voices of the Philam Youth. Our Twitter page, at Philam Voices, and our Instagram page, Voices of the Philam Youth, VOTFI as well. Please don't forget to follow, share our page, and subscribe to our channel. And before we officially end our segment, we just like to express our gratitude to the team behind this event. I'd just like to welcome to actually thank Ginang Jacqueline Lapid, Kuya Nico Lacero at the second, Kuya Austin Deyakap, and Kuya Jordan at our backstage. And thank you, Maui, for being here. It's your very first Spotify event. We really appreciate it, and we hope it's not the last. We really, really appreciate spending your time with us.
Thank you. Yeah, it was so much fun spending time with all of you guys and talking to you.
Thank you. Thank you guys so much.
How was your first experience, Maui?
It was great. It was so much fun. Everything went really smoothly. It was really fun having a chill discussion with you guys today.
Yeah,
thank you guys for putting this on too. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. And there's some people wanting to wish you a happy birthday from our YouTube channel. Okay, RJ wants to say thank you and all happy birthday, Tyler.
Thank you, Paul. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it.
And yes, as well, good job, Tyler. And
Kuya
Ryan, thank you.
Thank you, Kuya Ryan. Thank you so much.
And that is it. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. To everyone from the Philippines, we wish you to please take care. Stay safe, everyone. And that is it. Paalam, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.